motions, I'm dreaming of the ocean as I swim above a riverbed. Life is so fraudulent. Towel off my guilt as I shuffle through the silt. Draw a line in the sand, wonder where I should stand. I don't wanna be the one who's loose with all the bad news. It's not mine to tell. I'm not a vessel, I'm a shell, full of dark matter with just a smattering of a warm glow. It's the only thing I'll let show. Do I sit by myself, ask the quiet for help? Do I lie on a couch, let someone figure me out? I'm playing with devotion, but it just doesn't sit right. Belief is just a closed mind. Should I sit by myself, ask the quiet for help?
Dip in the water this morning, as I do every morning. When I'm by water, that is, lakes or burns or rivers. Lovely. What a glorious morning after all those, over a week of mist and fog and wet weather. We've got glorious sunshine today. There's fish rising in the loch. There's birds around the shores. I can see the other side of the loch. I can see the mountains on the horizon for the first time in a week. Beautiful. Summer's on its way. Glorious summer's on its way. But we've had a wonderful winter, guys. A wonderful winter in Christine. With me and the Skye. Had a few lovely days with Woody. Cheers, Woody. A few cracking days with some beers and some food and lovely. Nice to see Woody. Alright, we'll crack on with the day. I've got my solar, portable solar panel out charging my power oak. Thinking about doing a live down here. A live show. Anyway guys, from beachside, the lowlands of Scotland. Beautiful, beautiful Galloway. This is breakfast time in country. Cheers. Oh, a butterfly, orange tip. Lovely, Christine. Come in front of the camera. Just flew around the back of the camera. I got orange on today. I saw my first orange tip. Just flew by. Come up the bank now. Lovely, Christine. Wow, the sun's in and out. It's lovely. Absolutely beautiful morning. Just sitting there, chilling out, relaxing on the beach. I think it's about 8:30, 9 o'clock now. Got my camera out ready if anything comes along, and me knocks. Lovely jubbly. What I'm going to try this morning, guys, I did have metal detecting channels, you know, metal detecting a few years ago. That also included foraging and all sorts of wild camping and bushcrafting, prepping stuff. It's also included magnet fishing. I don't know whether you've heard of magnet fishing, guys. It's basically it's a magnet on the end of a rope you throw into water and see what you can pick up. It's a bit like metal detecting, but obviously you're not going to pick up gold because it's a magnet. It'll only pick up metals. But it's, you know, people have found gold and money inside purses with a metal clip. So I found loads of guns and loads of interesting stuff. So most of it's just tat. And I thought I'd give it a run here on this bank, because obviously people have been fishing here and whatever and swimming. You know, they may have lost stuff in their possessions or whatever when they're fishing or swimming. So we'll give the magnet a go. This is my magnet setup here. It's a neodymium magnet, guys. Pretty strong one. I did do tutorials on my channel about magnet fishing and how to do magnet fishing and everything. But there it is. It's an old, I've had it quite a few years now, and it's a cracking one. The actual pulling power on this is immense, guys. There you go. Neodymium, two-sided magnet this one is. It's very strong. I've got it lashed onto a real good paracord there, guys. A good tension cord, climbing cord I think this is. Very, very strong. It's attached to a swivel there, so whichever way it lands in the lake, it should pick up. You get one-sided magnets with the loop on the top there. They've got a drop on the lake like that, guys, so it's a bit awkward with those. So I find these double-sided ones much better, because it doesn't matter how they drop in the water, they're always magnet fishing. It's on the end of a long rope, guys. There you go, nice strong long rope. You got to be careful where you throw them in rocky situations. I mean, I was at a loch the other day and it was really rocky loch. I didn't want to throw it in there because it's going to get snared up and you'll end up losing the magnet and not being able to get it in. But this loch here, this is Loch Ken. It's not as rocky as the last loch I was at. But there are rocks out there, but if it does get stuck, I can always swim and dive down to it and recover it, so I won't lose it, because these strong ones can be a little bit expensive. Anyway, we'll give it a swing, we'll throw out, and we'll see if there's anything out there. Right? You never know, guys. You might find a medieval sword or something, but I found loads of old guns, shotguns, especially under bridges, by roads, in canals. Canals are a favourite place, but there's lots of rubbish in canals. But I found several 1940 shotguns that people have obviously done something naughty and threw them in the canal. I found loads of knives and all sorts of stuff in the canal, guys, so really interesting. I think there may be some videos in my playlist from my old days of magnet fishing. If you want to check my playlist, go and check that out. But anyway, I'll set up and we'll get casting and see what we can do. See what we can find out. If the sun will come out, big dark clouds coming over again, I'll wait for a bit of sun. Lovely. Lovely from here, Lochside. Beautiful. Another one of my pastimes, magnet fishing. Have you had a go? You fancy it? Let's see what it's all about. Right guys, here we go. Let's give this a first cast out. Give it a good wang out there. Tie it to your wrist like I've got it tied there. It saves you losing the end of the rope and having to go in after your maggot if you throw it too far. And just gently pull it in, nice and slowly, guys. If you pick up anything heavy, metal objects, you'll feel tension on the cord. Just put it in nice and gently and roll it across the bottom. What it's doing is magic out there, picking up anything metallic or metal. So most of it's rubbish. You find lots of rubbish, but every now and again there's always a surprise. I really don't expect much from here because it's a little beach on the lakeside here at Loch Ken. It's a favourite campfire side, so there's going to be lots of nails from the old wooden planks that's been burned, pallets and whatever. Oh blimey, we've got a load on the end of there. That's a first cast. Just show you an example of what comes in 90% of the time. And here we go, we've got a tent peg, lovely jubbly. We've got a bit of a fishing reel. I thought we'd find some fishing gear out there. So that's a spindle off a fishing reel. Hopefully we'll find something more interesting than that, but not got much hopes. I'm just showing you what it's all about, magnet fishing, guys. As I say, when you pick your spot, do like a scan round, say 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, a cast at each hour. Once you've done that, move on 10 feet up the bank and do the same again. Because you've actually got to roll over something to pick it up, especially if it's a small item like a knife or a watch or something. The magnet's got to literally roll over it to pick it up. So keep plugging away. You know, it's really interesting and it's so cheap, easy to set up. Just put it in a bag and out it comes, and just throw it out there and have a look. As I said before, the most popular places that I found is under bridges anywhere, whether it's on a river, a burn, a stream. Canals are very popular, but there's lots of rubbish in canals, because obviously people drive onto the bridges or walk on the bridges and throw away what they need to get rid of in a hurry, if you know what I mean, governor. There you go, another bunch of screws and tent pegs and all sorts in there, bottle tops, all sorts in there. There you go, there's a bottle top. As I say, bridges is the best place, guys. Just have a plug. If someone's been there before, you'll see loads of metal on the side of the bank, which I don't agree with. They should take it away or get the council to pick it up. So if someone's been by a bridge, you'll see by all the metal lying around. Look at that lot on there. Blimey, oh, bleeding Riley. I've got enough screws here to open a branch of Screwfix. Hundreds of screws. There you go. It wasn't very helpful, but I'm just doing this just to demonstrate to you what magnet fishing is all about. It's another fascinating treasure hunting kind of hobby with little expense, little setup, and easy to carry around and just have a go wherever you see a likely spot. But I found some really interesting objects. I'll pop a couple of my old videos from 4 or 5 years ago up in a minute on this video, just to show you some of the interesting features and some of the finds that I found in the past on my Alan T old channel, Alan T Detectorist channel, where we did all sorts of camping and treasure hunting and all sorts on there. But that channel's finished now, but I have got some videos down below, and I'll put one in this one. There we go, guys. That'll do for now. We'll rock on. That's my setup. That's all it is. Put it in a bag and away you go. I actually used some divers plastic gloves there, just to protect your hands, because you're pulling the rope in all day long. Here you go, guys. Magnet fishing. Yeah, hello, Skye. Watching Daddy magnet fish, are you? You watching Daddy magnet fish? It's going to be cloudy now. It's showing. It's still nice and mild. It's lovely. What I'll do, I'll put a couple of clips up from a couple of the finds that I've found from previous videos. I think they're in the playlist, magnet fishing. I think they are from the other channel. I'll put them into the playlist on this channel, so you might be able to find them on the playlist. But what I'll do now, I'll just roll a couple of clips of some of the interesting things that I've found magnet fishing. Hope you enjoy this. You guys, Alan T back at you again, Stephen, Alan T Detectorist, how are we all doing? Thanks for joining me again today, guys. We're off on another adventure today, and we're going to turn into magneteers today. Bit of magnet fishing, guys, just to you know, mix it up a little bit, just have a bit of fun magnet fishing. We've got a few spots, isolated spots that have never been touched before, so hope you join me. It's all a bit of fun magnet fishing. Let's get down to the waterside, shall we? Till later, peeps. Ta-da. Old Tilly lamp, petrol one, I presume. That's quite old, I should think. The old pump action one, I should think. That's not a bad find. Big old steel rod here, so we'll put them all where the refuse can take them. This is, as I say, Carl said, it's off a boat. This disc looks like a petrol cap or something. Don't mind. It is quite warm today. That's a cob, that is, a male. The female must be somewhere on a nest. We'll give this a go, guys. I'll just pull this in, guys, you can see live. I just saw a glance of it under the water. I dropped everything. Got Carl to jump on the camera. Look down there, guys, can you see that in the water? See it down there?
No way. Oh my goodness.
That's old, isn't it? That is old. Wacky doody. That wooden end looks like it's been taped on. Is there tape around there?
Yeah. Pull!
Cracker. Makes a day worthwhile. For loads of peeps. 5, 6, 8 signets. Lovely jubbly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And a proud mummy and daddy. Right, let's go have a look what I've got this time. This was on the 4th cast. I've got a few metal sheds left, but down there in the water, guys, I'm just pulling the magnet in, and out the water pops a barrel. And this one looks like, I think this one's a shotgun by the look of it. There's a few bits on there. And that's complete as well. Oh my life. Although, might be. But we'll get that cleaned up. Just go in the sun. Another gun, yes!
The Armo. Armour King.
Alan T does it again.
Alan T, the Armour King.
Morning guys, what's your Stephen at you? It's about 6:30 in the morning. Bit early for me. Just waiting for the BBC to come on location with me. We're doing a live interview about magnet fishing, as I'd mentioned in another bulletin that I put out. I think it's with Anna today on the breakfast show, BBC Norfolk. Good morning, Nick. Good morning, studio and listeners. Hello, Anna. Yes, magnet fishing, it seems to be a popular sport at the moment, a pastime. It's quite cheap as well. It's easy just buy magnets, get one off eBay to start with, around about 20 quid, depending on what power. The one I'm using today, I've got a power cord rope, which I've tied to the bank so I don't lose it when I throw it in.
Got this magnet attached to a bit of rope. I'm going to give it a big old swing. I've got to be careful I don't chuck the microphone out as well. Ready? Go! Did you hear it plop? Off it goes.
Just get the end of the rope there, Anna, and just slowly pull that in. So if you just drag that in.
Let's drag that in now. I'm nearly there. Look, I'm trying to yank it at the same time. Here we are. Pull it up. What have I found? Oh dear.
On the end of there. They say it's mostly metal and tacks. That there, that is a square nail. Now that's medieval. That is a medieval nail. Any square nail you find is medieval. So you're looking at 200-300 years old maybe for that nail.
No, we can't hear you. No.
All right.
No.
Well, what I'm going to do, I want you guys just to wait there 1 second. I'm going to take a call and I'll come back to you. Then haul that in. Then we'll find out what you've got in this second. Because the fact you've got a medieval nail is unbelievable. It's fantastic. So we'll come back to you in a second. Stay where you are.
This morning, I can't believe I found a medieval nail in my first throw. What luck!
It's extraordinary. It is extraordinary. Anna, thank you for that. Okay, if you go magnet fishing, love to have you on the programme this morning. 0800 389 7321. Text.
Look at that. I'll turn up your page and follow it.
Okay, make sure you get your friends to subscribe.
Hi! Thanks for having me. Cool.
Anna Perro in the studio this morning with a nail.
Here we are, Nick. Don't say I never give you anything.
Wow. Okay, just remind me of the story behind this.
Well, I went to Bishopgate's Bridge and in Norwich, went to the River Wensum, and I lobbed in a magnet with Stephen Bennett, not attached. He was holding on to so I lobbed it in, pulled it out, and there came out my medieval nail.
Fantastic.
I'm proud of that.
That's fantastic, isn't it?
First time on my fourth day off in the week, in my extra day, I could go magnet fishing.
Well, I think you should. I think you should. Look what you pulled out. I mean, the interesting thing is to hold this. I'm going to talk about history later in the programme because I've had the most wonderful week off, including Beamish. But I find it amazing. I'm holding a piece of metalwork that, you know, is how many years old? 400-500 years old?
Very old.
And was crafted by somebody, may well have been sitting in that riverbed, on that riverbed for a few hundred years. We don't know. and here it is in the studio this morning.
On the radio.
Star of the show.
I know,
Fantastic.
amazing. Oh, I had so much fun just lobbing it in. It's more satisfying than actual fishing, in my opinion, because you always catch something.
Yes.
Whereas you can be sat for a very long while.
I'm not
trying
sure
to catch
that's
fish.
a good thing, though, that people are always catching these. It shows how polluted our riverbeds are. But also, I don't know if you heard it, you might be making your way back. We had the guy who found the bomb ring into the programme this morning. What a thing. I mean, if you pulled out a bomb live on air this morning, I don't know what I'd have done.
No, I don't know. Well, according to Stephen, just put it to one side, move away, and ring the police.
I loved his very calm advice
He
this
was
morning.
calm. I would have run a mile.
I like the fact that he also said when you pull out guns, you know, you must always give them to the police. He did say he kept a few there, hasn't he? So obviously, he's pulling various things out of the river that are interesting. But I think you're quite right. The advice is bombs, guns, firearms of any description. Ring the police.
And you gave me this back. No, you have this. Come on, look. You have your nail. There you are.
Well, you enjoy that. You should frame it, put it on the mantelpiece. Anna, thank you for that. If you want to talk magnet fishing, 0800 389 7321.
This is BBC Radio Norfolk.
Good morning, it's Monday the 10th of September. Your top story right now.
There's a warning for people taking part in an increasingly popular hobby in the county. Bomb disposal experts say enthusiasts need to be careful when fishing with a magnet in case they discover explosives or guns. A Second World War grenade was pulled out of a river in Norwich just over a week ago. Magnet fisherman Stephen Bennett says it's all about using common sense.
If you find anything that looks suspicious, like a grenade or a bomb, just put it to one side, call the police immediately, and they'll send the local bomb disposal squad out, and they'll deal with it accordingly. But with guns, if you do find guns, you're supposed to hand them in, especially anything that's modern, that can be recommissioned.
Right, and there we go, guys. That was Anna from the BBC. It was short and sweet. You know, the time's a lot restricted on these radio shows. There's not too much they could do on one subject, but that was interesting. We managed to find something, medieval nail. But if we spent a bit more time here, I'm sure we'd find a lot more out of there, because that is a fascinating place. Bishopsgate Bridge in Norfolk, just outside the Red Lion, as I say. I used to be a chef there a few years ago. Really enjoyed it. There you go, just shows you what you can find. It's quite exciting when you find something pretty old anyway, like that old gun I found from the 1940s. And so I found a few guns and knives, and got the magnet stuck a few times. We've had to go in the water or whatever. We've lost a couple of magnets as well, so expect to lose a magnet now and again, guys. It's just one of them things. Unfortunately, once it gets hooked onto something really heavy, you can't get out, then there's no way you can get it back. But anyway, we'll sit here for the rest of the afternoon, poised, ready with my SLR, just in case. Oh, this one there, lined right over my bloody head, right up there, look. So over a wood. Kites just flew over my head. I missed it. I was too busy talking.